Alright, here we go.
Bag of apple slices. Hello, my name is Laurel Pardo. I am the owner and operator of Susquehanna Headstones. I do cemetery restorations. Yes, I said cemetery restorations. I know the first question that popped into your mind was, what the hell is that? Basically, I go into a cemetery and I clean the stones, I fix the stones, and I photograph them to basically keep a record of them and make them last as long as they possibly can. I have a wide variety of tools that I use, mainly cuticle boards from Sally's Beauty Supply, and water. Water is one of the most important things. When I have to recover a stone, I use this. Never touch a headstone with metal. You can't see it in this, but this is tipped in rubber. Peel some of that off. I gotta redo it anyway.
Okay.
If I can find it.
Yeah, I can.
Can you see?
I can see it. There you go.
Okay. So anytime you see me using metal on a headstone,
Don't panic.
it has been rubberized. Now, this cemetery, we're in South Montrose Cemetery, only level piece of land in Susquehanna County, Pennsylvania. And unfortunately, there's a road right beside it, so hopefully you can hear me. Major thoroughfare here. And I don't know why Pennsylvania likes to put retirement homes right next door to cemeteries. The stone I'm going to show you in a little bit that I repaired here, which was good fun for these people. They were on the porch watching, and I had one old lady looking back and forth and yelling, "Head count!" when she saw me with a shovel. So, it can be entertaining.
And so can Laurel.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and... This is just water. I do have a cleaning solution that I use. It kills the moss, it kills the lichens. It works really good, but it's too cold. Ah!
Crud.
It's a Dean's shepherd. She married a Dean, so I can do this. Okay. So this isn't going to work really great because I'm just using the water. Basically, just take the hand sprayer. It gets at the point with the pressure valve. Now this will take some of this off. This is simple green. You can use that in just about anything. I use it in my laundry. I use it in my kitchen.
That's what my husband always used before we got married.
Oh, it's great. Okay, just wet the stone down. Like I said, this is just water. And normally at this point I would spray it with D2 biological solution. But this will work for now. Spray it on there. And one of the problems I have when I'm doing this, as my camera lady can attest to just a few minutes ago, is the battery's draining in my camera. Yes, I do believe in ghosts, and yes, I do know they mess with me constantly. I've had my hair pulled, I've had my clothes pulled, I've had equipment malfunctions because of batteries draining. And they're just, I don't worry about them, they don't scare me. They can't hurt me.
Just a little annoying.
Yeah, very annoying sometimes when you're trying to do something and they're not cooperating. Soft bristle denture brush. Now, some of this black stuff is not going to come off without bleach, and that is another thing. Never, ever, ever bleach a stone. I've threatened to break people's fingers for that. Basically, get as much of this just real quick. See, some of that's coming off. Now, normally I would do probably with the staining on this one, with the simple green, 6 or 7 applications. Get as much of this black stuff off as possible, but it is not all going to come off. That's one of the things, is you have to know when to quit. So you can see that got quite a bit off. And if it rains, which it looks like it's going to, wash off even more. Cuticle board. Just get into the detailing. The other stuff that I have would kill this. This would come right off. And it works for about a year to 5 years. Where'd I put that picture?
It's right here.
Cold. I feel my hand. Below 80 degrees, I'm gonna whine. That's all there is to it. Okay. A lot of people in this part of the cemetery are founding members of South Montrose, which is actually its own little area because they didn't want to have to drive all the way to Montrose, 5 miles that way, to vote in the local election.
The camera woman has never used a camera, so bear with me.
As you can tell, a lot of these stones are extremely old. This one is really messing with my head, if that's one I think it is. This is a tablet stone. This is both ends of this is supposed to be underground. This is the bottom of this. Makes no sense. Those are prone to snapping off.
Okay.
And when they snap off, this is what happens. They end up getting buried over time. They disappear, which is another reason why I do this. This is the same stone. You can see here it looks like a recent burial. Obviously it's not. Zebulon was buried in 1848. But the stone was laying back here. The bottom piece of the stone that should be in the ground is actually right here. This is where it snapped off from. So I had to dig this up to make room. There's a new base. I made a whole new base for this. Basically, this is what I did to that one. A new base, a dip in there, set the stone into the base, and because of the style of the stone, so it would match all of his wife's headstone, I just completely buried the base. A stone like this, if I was repairing this, I would try to reset it back into the original base. If I couldn't do that, I would make the new base and go ahead and leave it topside like this. This one is in dire need of being leveled. But that's basically it. Just hang out in cemeteries, and I got started doing this because I love history, love archaeology, I love cemeteries. I've always been known as a bit strange in my interests and hobbies, so it just kind of goes with the flow of it. And that's what I do, cemetery restorations. Okay.